Hey guys, it's Spicy, and this is the ultimate Sova guide. I'm going to give you guys tips and tricks for his abilities, and I'm going to give you guys Recon Bolt Spots on every map. So let's get started. So in this Sova guide, I'm going to talk about Sova's Shock Bolt, his Recon Bolt, and I'm going to talk about some of his other abilities and give you guys tips and tricks about them. I'm also going to talk about Sova's playstyle, and then I will give you guys multiple Recon Bolt Spots on every map. Let's start by talking about Sova's playstyle. So when it comes to Sova's playstyle, it's mostly about creating opportunities for your team so they can push in and take a bomb site. And you can do this multiple ways, whether it's by revealing enemies, or using a shock bolt, or using your owl drone and distracting enemies as your teammates push in, so you can create openings and that can help you win the fight. But what you're going to find yourself doing most of the time at the beginning of the round and even in the middle of the round is going to be using your Recon Bolt, because that is probably the best ability that you have. And also the great thing about it is that you don't have to buy it. It's something that recharges every 35 seconds in the middle of the round, and it refreshes for free when the round ends. And the way the Recon Bolt works is that it detects everyone that is in its line of sight but aren't behind structures or barriers. So that's the most important thing when it comes to using the Recon Bolt. So you want to put it high up on structures so there aren't many barriers blocking it. And sometimes it's just great to use it as a utility and use it as a distraction for your push in, because as soon as the enemy sees a Recon Bolt, they're going to try to shoot at it because it reveals their position. So you can take advantage of that for a split second and move into the point, and while your enemy is busy trying to aim at the Recon Bolt, you have a chance to shoot them and they lose their peeker's advantage. However, without a doubt, you want to use the Recon Bolt to reveal enemy positions, whether you're on defense or offense, so you can give you the upper hand and you understand what your next move should be. So what I'm going to do now is give you guys multiple Recon Bolt spots on every map. Understand that some of these spots are going to be offensive, but some of them are also going to be defensive. For example, if you're on Haven on site C and you want to shoot a Recon Bolt to site A. So I'll also cover stuff like that. And on the other side, I will talk about the rest of Sova's abilities and give you guys tips and tricks for them. So enjoy. Alright guys, this first arrow spot is on bind on A, and it's going to pretty much scan most of it. Now what you're going to do is you're going to be attacking A from left side. You're going to come to this corner. You're going to look at the top of this vent. Charge it up for one bounce and slightly above the second box.
Revealing area.
And you're going to get most of A. Alright guys, so next is an insane spot if you're attacking B and you're trying to attack short B and you're trying to go through hookah. So this arrow is going to land right into that building. So what you're going to do is, this is from Spa. You're going to walk up to this rock and you're going to look down to this rock, and you're going to try to be like right in the middle of this rock. And you're going to look up to this window like thing over here, bottom left corner. One bounce, full charge.
Revealing area.
As you can see, it lands right here, giving away everyone's position. Alright guys, so this next spot is if you're attacking B from long B and you want to scan all of B site. So what you're going to do is you're going to run up right to the spa wall, and it's going to be around right here near the cactus, and you're going to just look up to the sky and make sure your diamonds are aligned with the edge of this building like this. Make sure they're right on the top, and then just full charge it and no bounces.
Revealing area.
As you can see, it lands right here and should scan most of B site. Alright guys, so the next spot is if you're defending B and you want to scan A. So what you would do in this situation is come to this corner and then look straight up. So you see this leaf right here, you're going to look roughly right over here. And you're going to charge your arrow fully and no bounce.
Revealing area.
As you can see, it landed right there, and you can see it on the mini-map. And I was too late, but it landed right over here.
Revealing area.
Alright guys, so this next spot is from A to short B. So what you're going to do is you're going to come up with this corner, you're going to line up with it, and then you're going to look up to right here, and then you're going to go slightly above 2 blocks with no bounce.
Revealing area.
There it is, so you can scan anyone coming from that choke. Alright guys, so this next spot is on A, and if you're attacking long, and this is going to get the back side of the A site. So what you're going to do is get on these boxes and you're going to look right over here on this wire. So it's the second wire if you're going from the bottom, and you're going to charge this just below 1.5.
Revealing area.
And you can see it lands right there, and it should get all the backside of the A bomb site. Alright guys, so next is if you're attacking A site from short A. So this arrow is going to land on the box in the middle of A. So what you're going to do is you're going to get on this right here, get in this corner, and you're going to look at the vent right over here. And you're going to do one bounce, and you're going to do one box.
Revealing area.
As you can see, lands right on the box. So this next spot is if you're defending B from hookah and you're trying to defend short B. So what you're going to do for this is you're going to do a slight peek. You can line this up before the round starts, and you're going to aim approximately right under this jug right here. Full charge and double bounce.
Revealing area.
And you get that wall behind where the enemy spot is, so you pretty much know who's coming in from short B. Alright guys, so this spot now is on point A on split, and this arrow spot is going to go right into the window on point A. So what you're going to do is put your crosshair on this thing and then move up until you get to the edge where this black and white thing meet, and you're going to fire, and it's going to be slightly below 1.5, no bounce.
Revealing area.
As you can see, it goes right into the window. So this next spot is going to reveal the position of enemies right up that ramp. So what you're going to do for this is you're going to try to align this steel pipe with this second light right over here. You're going to just move yourself until that steel pipe is right in line with that light. Kind of like this. And this is going to give me exactly where I should stand. And now you're going to aim for the top of this tower right here on the billboard. One bounce will charge.
Revealing area.
And as you can see, it hits that steel pipe, and it should reveal any enemies in this line of sight right over here. This next spot is if you're defending short A and you want to know who's coming through that choke on A from the offensive side. So what you're going to do is you're going to stand in this corner and you're going to aim roughly right over here. One bounce, full charge.
Revealing area.
As you can see, it's going to go on that billboard, and that's going to reveal any enemies in this line of sight right here. So this next spot is on split on B, and it's going to get the left corner, the back side of B. So what you're going to do is you're going to come to this corner, line your crosshair up with this shadow building, and then what you're going to do is look at your diamond on the charge. You see this right here? So look at the first diamond, and you're going to go up until you're in line like this with that wavy edge. And there are no charges on this, I just did that to show you guys. And then you're gonna full charge this thing, and then see how like this guy's bow elevates. So what you're gonna actually do is you're gonna bring it back down like this. Make sure you bring it back down so it's in line like this, and then you're gonna do that. And it's gonna get that side right there. So the main thing to understand with this is that once you charge your bow, it kind of goes up again. So like watch this as an example. So if I'm like right here, once I charge it, it like increases. So you just got to bring it back down when you do that. Alright guys, so this next spot is also on B, but this is going to get that top right ledge that people love to get on, so they can defend both a long and short B. So what you're going to do for this is essentially just, you're going to aim for this corner of the building right here. That's where you're going to put your crosshair, and you're going to charge this 1 bar, just above 1 bar.
Revealing area.
As you can see, it's right on the wall. It landed right over there, which means it should get anyone in that ledge. Alright guys, this next spot is if you're attacking B, but if you're going mid, this is going to reveal everyone in that mid B area. So you're going to get on this thing, you're going to get in this corner, and you're essentially just going to aim for this white corner on the building. Like that, and full charge, 1 bounce.
Revealing area.
It's actually going to bounce off the white building. and it's going to land right over here. It should get anyone in this area. It's actually insane, this area. So this arrow spot is going to reveal people that are defending long A choke. What you're going to do is come into this corner and you're going to look right over here, right below this lamp or lantern, and you're going to charge it around 1 1/4, so like this.
Revealing area.
As you can see it on the map, it's going to land right over here.
Revealing area.
It's going to land in this area, so anyone that's defending this choke and this peak, this right side peak, is going to get seen. On Haven on point C, this is pretty simple. You're just going to get into this corner, and then you're going to look up to this thing right here, this wooden panel. Put your crosshair right in the middle of it, middle and to the left of it, and you're going to charge your arrow up just above halfway, so like this.
Revealing area.
As you can see, it lands on that crate, and that kind of gives you some critical positions. Like, I know a lot of people like to hide over here, and also it gives you the access to the sniping platform and lets you know if anyone's there. So you can also adjust that arrow spot where if it's instead of looking here, you can look on top of this second pillar right over here, and you can charge it pretty much the same, and it's going to land on the building at the back.
Revealing area.
This gets the area behind the boxes and anyone that is rotating from B or A. This next arrow spot will go to point A on Haven. So you're going to get into this doorway, and you're going to line yourself up with this line right here, like this. Make sure you're straight with it, and then you're going to go to the right side by 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to look up to this thing right here. You're going to pull your arrow out, and you're going to go 2 bounces and slightly above the second block, so like this.
Revealing area.
It should land somewhere in this area. It could also land on the wall right here. So if you guys thought that the spot that I showed you over here was a little too dangerous or risky to do, you can accomplish kind of the same thing by just going here, getting on this thing, hugging the corner, and you're going to aim for this light bulb. You're going to go 1.5 charge and 2 bounces.
Revealing area.
And I probably won't make it there, but take a look at the minimap. Right on that back side of A. This next arrow spot is for the defense. I know a lot of people like to defend the BC link, and sometimes you wonder if the enemy's going to A. And if you want to pulse the enemy out on A, you can actually do it from B with this spot right here. So what you're going to do for this is you're going to essentially want to line yourself up with this spot right over here. So to do that, just make sure you look down and you're moving up to it, and right over here you want to line yourself up with the line like this, right? So just for point of reference, this is where I am right now. My textures are low. If your textures are medium, you're going to be able to see it better, but this is where I am. And then you're going to pull your arrow out and you're going to look up to this silver paneling right here, and you're going to line yourself up with window number 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Line yourself up with this panel right here, and you're going to charge your arrow up, no bounces, and slightly over the second box like this.
Revealing area.
And as you can see, it lands on A. There it is. Alright guys, so this next spot is going to be if you're defending C and you want to pulse out long A. So what you're going to do for this is you're going to try to line up with this panel right here over there. But you're not going to line up your crosshair with it. You're going to line up the top arrow that I'm like zooming in on right now. So this is where the top arrow of the user interface should be. And then you're just going to charge it up above the second box.
Revealing area.
And you can see it lands right in that long A choke. I hope you enjoyed those Recon Bolt spots. Now let's talk about the Shock Bolt. This is an ability that will detonate on collision and do an AoE damage to players in its surrounding area. So this is something you want to use to carve up certain critical spots when you're attacking a bomb site, so you can create space for your teammates to push in, get some picks, and start planting. And when you're on defense, you can fire this into critical chokes, such as the choke on point A on split, and this can delay enemy attacks because they obviously don't want to walk into AoE damage. And this can really help against those teams that like to 5-stack a certain point and rush in so they can start planting. And you have 2 charges of the shock bolt, so it actually doesn't hurt to use at least 1 charge of it preemptively to delay an attack, especially on defense. Alright guys, now let's talk about Sova's owl drone. This is something that you can deploy, and when you can maneuver into chokes, and if you see an enemy you can tag them with a recon bolt and the rest of your team will be able to see them. But even if you can't tag anyone with a recon bolt, I just don't see any downsides with this ability, because I think worst case scenario, even if your drone just simply gets shot down, you will still have a general idea of the enemy's position because you will see where the bullets kind of came from, so then you can relay that to your team through comms. Now I think the ideal way to use this ability is to have at least 1 or 2 teammates that are pushing behind the owl drone when you're using it, because the enemy is going to be focused on aiming at the owl drone, which means they're not ADSing the choke, so they just lost their peak advantage, and this gives the players who are pushing behind the owl drone the advantage in the fight because they are already ADSing the enemy, whereas the enemy is ADSing the owl drone. You can also use this sort of tactic against players who are using the operator, because chances are as soon as they see an owl drone they're going to shoot at it, meaning now there's going to be a delay before they can shoot again, and that gives you the opportunity to challenge the person that's using the operator. Alright, now let's talk about Sova's ult, Hunter's Fury. Now I think this is a top tier ult, and the reason why I think that is because of the amount of utility it has, whether you're on offense or defense. So when you use this ult, you will have 3 charges of arrows that can go a long distance and go through walls and can cover an extended area. And not only does the ult do damage to the players it hits, but it also reveals their position. So this not only helps your teammates, but it also helps you determine where your next arrow should be aimed at. And the great thing about this ult is that if you look at your minimap while you're ulting, you will see the precise trajectory that the arrow is going to take through walls, so you know exactly where it will go. So you can aim this through chokes that are, common spots that enemies are going to go through, and you can be pretty confident that you're going to get at least 1 or 2 picks. Now if you really want to get a spicy ult, what you can do is actually combine your ult with your recon bolt. So this way, you scan the enemies first, and then you know where they are, and then you ult. You can also do it with your owl drone. You can also combo your ult with Cypher's ult, who gives you a location of exactly where everyone's going to be. If you have a breach on your team, tell them to stun the enemies that are on the other side of the wall before you ult. This way they can't really move, and you can get a fatter ult pretty easily. Alright guys, thanks for watching this guide. I hope you enjoyed the spots. I'm not gonna lie, I really like this character. He reminds me a lot of Hanzo from Overwatch, and I think he will be a top tier character in the future. If you like this video, leave a like. Let me know what you think of this in the comment section down below. Remember to follow on Twitch, join the Discord community, and make sure to subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.
Perfect.